everyone, it's Suzanne here. Thanks for joining me for another Fabricate Friday video. At Christmas time, I got a lovely gift from one of my friends in Liverpool, and a beautiful card maker named Karen sent me this lovely box, and inside of it was a stunning card using this holographic foil card. Stunning. So I wanted to share how to make a box like this. And it was funny because Karen has asked me how I get my ideas and the process of putting together a card box. And when I get obviously something like this, I have to try to duplicate it. And I didn't actually, normally when I get a unique box or a build, I pull it apart, but I just didn't want to do it to pull it apart. So I had to use some measuring. So that being said, I'm going to duplicate this box and hopefully it will turn out. So if you're going to leave a comment on the blog today or on the YouTube channel, please give kudos to where kudos is due, and that would be to Karen, the talented card maker in the UK. So from what I could surmise, the card stock was 11 1/4 by 8, 2 3/4 for my first score, and then it is 3/4 of an inch deep. So I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch here, so at 3 1/2. And then I'm going to turn the cardstock around, and then I'm going to choose 2 3/8, and then 3/4 of an inch from that. And 3/4 of an inch is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 3 1/8. Okay, and then 3/4 of an inch on this side, and then 3/4 of an inch on this side. Or if you wanted to do it the long way, it's 2 3/4 and 3 1/2, and then come to 8 1/8 and 8 7/8, and then 3/4 of an inch and 7 1/4. So hopefully this will all work out. Using the foil paper is sometimes difficult because it's like foil and it sort of bends slightly differently than paper. So you have to really show it's who's boss. At the same time, it does have its own will, and it will kind of resist you a little bit. Okay, so whoops, the build of it is pretty simple. It's up on the score lines and then wedge out. I probably could use a smaller scissor. Go big or go home, right? So those are my tabs. So this is a kind of a box that you would want to make for someone exceptionally special. And I am going to use my fast fuse, but do be careful when you're using fast fuse, because even though this is foil paper and it's sturdy, it's also fairly delicate and it can tear. And when you put fast fuse on, you have to do that little flick thing at the end. All right, so here we're going to marry up the corners to the base. Sorry if you couldn't see that. So there's my interpretation. Okay, so with Karen's box, she has a belly band and it has a seam here, but also a seam at the back as well, because she didn't have a big enough piece. 12 inches wouldn't have worked. So I'm going to use my shimmery white cardstock, and I'm going to start it here like she did. And a belly band to me is an eyeball thing. So I'm just gonna eyeball this baby. And then fold it. And then all you need to do is put another piece of cardstock in there and maybe give that a cut. So I'm going to put fast fuse on the back of that and just give that a close. And then a little fold. Hopefully I have enough room now. Yeah. She probably did this so much more eloquently, but this is, at least I know it's going to stick together nicely. Yes. And it slides off. So I have no idea on the measurements on that belly band. And mine seems to be just a little tight. We'll go in from this side. The one really neat detail that I loved about Karen's box is that, well, for one, the belly band was perfect. Mine is a little snug, but that's okay. But she covered her seam, which I think is brilliant, with this die cut, and then she put a detail on the front. Well, I don't have any of those, a die cut that looks like that at all. So I just used some more gold foil paper, and this is shimmery white cardstock, because I'm on a shimmery white cardstock kick of late. I quite like it. And the glimmer paper that is on here is, I think it was called Champagne, and it's discontinued now. But a gold glimmer paper would work here too. I just really like the difference. And then to hide my seam, I just have another little piece of glimmer, of the gold and glimmer paper. And I'm going to cover my seam just like the way Karen did. Let me think. The belly band was 1.5 inches, and then my little gold piece was 3/4 of an inch, and my glimmer piece was 1/2 inch. So that was my interpretation of this stunning box that I got from my friend, with this beautiful card in this holographic foil. See how well her belly band went on? Just amazing. Mine is a little snug, but that's okay. So thank you again, Karen, for the lovely gifts, and I was really inspired by this box, and I did want to share to my viewers. So all of you who liked this project, please say hi to my friend Karen and tell her what a good job she did, because really she's quite the talent. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Bye.